Hey guys, welcome back to Hime Hime Star. Today I am doing a tutorial on this look here, which is actually one that I'm recreating from an Instagram makeup artist. Her name is Bella Anselmo, and I adore her entire aesthetic, all the looks that she does. So I will go ahead and put a picture of that somewhere on the screen so you guys can see what I'm kind of working off of. But yeah, it's basically a very watercolored look, but then it also has some clouds and a ton of little details all around the face. And then I just went ahead and I made the rest of it kind of pink to go with it. If you guys would like to see how to do this, please keep on watching and please give this video a like if you like what I do. Let's get into it. Say hello to my cats in the back. They're gonna be wandering, probably. We'll see. I'm gonna be using a lot of different palettes for this, so just a warning, whatever you have at home, if you are wanting to recreate this with me, use whatever you have, because honestly I know I'm gonna be excessive with the amount of different colors I'm using, because first time I tried doing this look out, yeah, I used 4 palettes, so I'm definitely gonna be doing that again today. I'm gonna be using a lot of this one. This is the Sigma Creme de Couture palette. I don't know if they still make it, but it's a really pretty palette. It's all pastel, kind of neon-y pastel colors. I don't know. This look has a lot of different colors that kind of watercolor together. I'm gonna start with using the pastel versions of them before I go in with really high intensity versions of them. So I'm gonna start with a very light yellow. I'm using this color, Meyer Lemon, just on a really big fluffy brush. And that's gonna go kind of towards the front of the eyebrow. And I've already set my base here, but I did not use a white base today, which may or may not be a mistake, we'll see. But I think we'll be okay. And then just a little bit at the tail of the eyebrow kind of area. It honestly is not showing up right now, which is what I want. I just want this for blending. And there's gonna be a little bit kind of on the cheekbone, kind of, sort of, not quite directly on it, but cornering it, I guess, so a little bit more here, kind of. Alright, so from that I'm gonna go and kind of work on the light red tones that are going on. So for that one I'm gonna go in with the Edward Scissorhands palette from Sugar Pill, which they don't make this anymore, but they do sell the colors individually. I'm gonna use Suburbia, which is a kind of a light peachy corally color, light coral. I'm gonna take that and work that kind of next to the yellow on the brow bone area. So from there I'm going to be taking this color Red Berry Rose from the Creme de Couture palette. It's a light hot pink, if that makes sense. It's a not quite a pastel pink, but it's light. I'm going to take that and work that next to that coral, in between the coral and the yellow on the brow bone. So now I'm going to be going in with this color here, Blue Chocolat. And I'm going to be working that kind of on this kind of inner area here, just below that yellow on the inner corner. And in the original look, it kind of goes in a little bit further, but with the way that I contour my nose, I'm not going to do that personally, but if you want to go in that far, feel free to. I'm gonna go in with this color from Sugar Pill called Butter Cupcake. It's the most amazing yellow you can ever find, in my opinion. I'm gonna go over the yellow that we already put down on the inner corner with that. Inner eyebrow, I guess. Just basically building it up. Going in with the pastels first just kind of does that to help with blending and to help kind of set down a lighter base so that these ones will really pop. And I'm still using a very fluffy brush for all of this, which I've cleaned the colors off in between. I'm not using the same with product on brush throughout this. That way it won't get muddy. Can I help you? Dude. No, go away. That's gonna hurt you. my god. Hello. No, this is not the time either. So anyways, this is my dog. They all want attention as I decide to film and not pay attention to them. They're not deprived. Dude, can you go? Can you leave? Can you call your daughter? Percy puppy girl.
Why would she come here when there's Mummy makeup over there?
I know.
Come here. I know, Mummy's makeup palettes are so delicious.
Okay, so now I'm gonna take that same yellow color and then work it a little bit.
Did she take away your Nummy makeup palette?
Oh my god. I'm gonna take that same yellow, work it on like this outer eyebrow area. Not as far blown out as I did with the other part of the yellow, if that makes sense.
You just want to be pretty.
She is pretty. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with that blue chocolate color again. Kind of on like the outer corner, this area here. Almost in like a wing shape, if that makes sense. Like winging it upwards.
Are you just winging it?
No, I'm not just winging it. I have a plan. By the way, I'm using a smaller brush. I forgot to mention that, just since we're gonna start doing more details. And I'm gonna go ahead and work that blue a little bit into the crease. But kind of like the lower part of the crease, if that makes sense. My dog's being obnoxious, so if you hear her whining in the back, my girlfriend's literally there with her, so like she's not being deprived. She's literally getting all the attention she could ever want. In the very middle part of the crease, I'm gonna go in with this color Lavender Honey, kind of like a lilac-y color. And just like right in this part here. And I'm gonna kind of connect it downwards diagonal here, if that makes sense. So like towards the inner color, towards the inner corner, but not where we put that blue originally. I'm gonna go back into that light coral color from the Edward Scissorhands palette. By the way, these are all matte colors. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but they're all matte. And I'm gonna put that on the center of my lid, kind of next to where we started to wing that blue out, so it kind of is like touching the purple and the blue. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with Red Berry Rose, just that like light hot pink color, and I'm gonna start to kind of build that up a little bit more closer to the crease, but still not at the crease, if that makes sense. And I'm not bringing it all the way up to the top of my brow bone. I do still want some like light there. I want some sort of definition on the brow. I mean, my brows are really, really strong, but like I like it to be lighter on the brow bone regardless of what kind of look I'm doing. Now I'm gonna go back to Suburbia, smaller brush, pick up more, the coral color for reference. Gonna put that a little bit more strongly on right here. So I am changing this look ever so slightly because I'm realizing it the more I keep adding colors. I'm like, oh yeah, that's different. But, you know, you live and you learn. And just like, so I'm kind of like tapping it on and then slowly blending it out, if you kind of can tell. And kind of tapping to blend in certain areas just with the other colors next to it. With each color that I'm doing. Just so that it kind of gets that watercolory, because if you overblend these colors, it will turn muddy. It will just turn brown, which is not the look I'm going for. I'm going for over the top. Have you guys ever known me to be anything but? I'm going back with that yellow just since I'm noticing it's not quite as built up as I want it to be. And this is gonna be the brightest yellow that I'm using, but the other colors I'm still gonna build up more, but if I'm noticing the yellow is not quite bright enough. That's only saying so much for the other colors, huh? And I'm gonna kind of bring this yellow towards the crease, so kind of here-ish. I'm realizing that's a thing that I didn't really do yet. Now I'm gonna go in with this color from the Sugar Pill Little Twin Stars. Have you noticed that I have a Sugar Pill problem? Again, I don't think this is available anymore, so, and I don't think they sell these ones separately. I don't know, I might be wrong on that, but I know with the Edward Scissorhands palette though, they do sell all of those separately. But anyways, this one is called Star Ribbon, so if you have that at home, go grab it. If not, it's just kind of like a light aqua kind of blue, and it's matte as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and start building that a little bit over that blue that we put down. So just kind of on that outer corner and then into that crease a little bit. And then just kind of blending the edges a little bit. And then I'm gonna just build that up a little bit underneath that yellow kind of color again, towards the inner corner. I'm gonna start using a slightly smaller brush for some of these colors to just build them up, since like they're already kind of blended around the edges. My windows are open if you can hear things, because I'm hearing things.
I heard it this time.
Yeah, and my girlfriend's in the kitchen making things. There's a lot of sounds in here, and I'm not gonna apologize. I'm gonna build up that Suburbia color again on the lid, just because it is disappearing and I don't want that. I would like it to be appearing. Okay, I'm gonna try building up that Lavender Honey color again, that like lilac-y color in my kind of crease slash lid area a little bit more. It's just not, it's not doing what I need it to do, but I also don't really have like quite the right purple for what I'm trying to get done, if that makes sense. So to be fair, there's only so much I can do here, and I'm trying not to tap through a billion different colors, but it's gonna happen sooner or later, but most likely later, but I just don't want to do that right now. So anyways, just building that up again at this part of the lid, and then like the middle part of the crease kind of at a diagonal so it connects a little bit. It's a lot of different like color placement in this look, which is why I'm obsessed with this look so much. This makeup artist, if you guys haven't followed her, I think I found her off of like Sugar Pill's Instagram, I want to say. I found it off of somebody else's Instagram. I'm just obsessed with like the colors that she uses and the placement of like the gems and stuff. She does like a lot of like placements of like sequins and stuff like that, which I used to wear a sequin star on my cheek like every single day for a while. It's a look, it's fun, it's cute. So it just reminds me of like that kind of aesthetic that I used to go for, and also like just a more amped up fun version. All right, so now I'm gonna do that annoying like tapping in between palettes nonsense. I'm gonna start with Savage. It's my absolute favorite color. In my last palette, this was my most used color, and like I bought backups of this palette because I'm obsessed. So anyways, this is my second one. I'm gonna build this color in like the kind of the brow bone, but again, I'm not going all the way up on the brow bone. Just building that up so it's a little bit more intense. And then once I have like enough kind of on there, just blending it out. So I might or might not be making this more intense of a look than the original makeup artist did. It's kind of hard to tell because of like the way that it's photographed. It's hard to tell if it's actually just pastel or if it's like lightened, if that makes sense. So I'm making it very neon because I like neons. I have such a soft spot for bright, intense, crazy colors, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna tap in between Suburbia, that light coral I was using, and Slow Burn. This really, it looks really light, and I honestly think it's because of the light, but it's kind of like a red. It's not quite a red, but it's like an orangey red. And this from the Electric palette, which I'm pretty sure is so discontinued, but it still is in my heart and soul. So just use your own colors. Anyways, I'm gonna start building that up. Not on the brow bone, but just right below, next to the pink, next to that yellow. Our pets are fighting. I'm noticing that the sun is starting to set or do something outside, so I know that my lighting is getting weirder and weirder, and I'm looking paler and paler.
Maybe you should go outside and get a tan.
I'm scared of skin cancer.
Oh no, the cancer!
I am. So now that I thoroughly look like a clown, I'm gonna do more tapping in between color nonsense because Did you think I wasn't? I'm gonna go in between Star Ribbon, the light aqua, and Gonzo, this like intense crazy 80s blue. I don't want to use Gonzo on its own. That color scares me, I gotta be honest. I love using colors, but for some reason blue it terrifies me. I don't know why, I can't stop it. Gonna start working that on like this outer V area here. Again, still kind of winging it out. So it's kind of going near the yellow and then into the crease. All right, so now that I look insane, just gonna blend that out a little bit. And then also on that inner corner next to the purple, gonna put a little bit of that. Kind of moving it up towards that yellow from earlier. All right, so I'm gonna go in more with that lavender honey color, the lilac. I just feel like it's missing a little bit. I'll just put that back. Gonna build up with Slow Burn, that corally bright color, onto the lid next to that purple and next to the blue, kind of in the middle there. And I think that's gonna be it for the actual colors on my lid, but notice how I didn't do anything on the bottom? Time to do that. So I'm gonna basically start with that same kind of method of like blending it with like a large wash of color and then slowly kind of adding more concentrated versions of that. I don't think I'm gonna go as far down as the original makeup artist did, as Bella did, because I just don't want to draw too much attention to my under eyes. That's been a huge insecurity for my entire life. So do what you will. You can absolutely go lower than what I'm gonna do, or, you know, do less, do more. It's up to you. So I'm gonna start with, you know what? I did put some of the yellow down and I forgot to just totally dismissed it. So I'm gonna build that yellow up. I'm gonna take some of this butter cupcake from Sugar Pill, the yellow again, on a big fluffy brush this time. Blend it kind of on that like top of the cheekbone, but not quite on the cheekbone. Do you know what I mean? This kind of area here. Gonna build that up a little bit. All right, so now that we look like we have jaundice, we're gonna go in with Suburbia, that coral again. I'm gonna go right under where I would put makeup on the lower lash line, if that makes sense. So not, I don't know how to explain this. So just kind of like right here, just right there. Blending that out. I'm not gonna make this as intense, so just a subtle wash. Gonna take Red Berry Rose, that light hot pink. So I'm gonna take smaller brush, Red Berry Rose, and the inner and outer corner of my lower lash line. Kind of pop that on. I'm gonna drag it down a little bit more on the outer corner, because although this is crazy right now, it's still gonna be Gyaru, so I am still going to droop my lash line. So although hers is a little bit closer, I'm gonna just pull that down a little bit more. And I'm gonna start using more concentrated brushes to just kind of get that whole blending situation built up, everything built up, yeah. So keeping with Red Berry Rose, I'm going to start building that up a little bit more, inner and outer corner. And I'm gonna start following that wing of the blue. And then just blend that out on the edges. I'm gonna go ahead and take Lavender Honey, that light lilac again, and I'm gonna work that onto kind of the middle in between these two pink layers that I've made, just right here. I'm gonna go in again with Suburbia, and I'm just kind of going to take the smaller fluffy brush and kind of work it from that bluish color, if that makes sense. Kind of down, so from here to here, if that makes sense. I'm not really sure if it does, so here we go. So now I'm gonna take Savage from the Electric palette, that hot pink, and I'm gonna build it up on where we put that lighter pink, inner and outer parts here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take some of Star Ribbon mixed with Gonzo on the smaller side of this brush here, and work that on top of the purple, if that makes sense. Kind of drag it down, so kind of here-ish. Just gonna pull that down a little bit, nothing crazy. So now going in with a smaller fluffy brush, I'm gonna take the yellow again, Butter Cupcake, kind of working it next to this wing. Concentrating that, building it up a little bit. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend the two together a little bit. And then kind of like next to the yellow, there's kind of a little patch of like a greeny situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that color here, Citron Pistachio, kind of build that there. There's not really much green in this look, and I kind of wish there was more. I love green, but you know. Yeah, I'm scared of using blue eyeshadow, but green, I'm like, oh yeah. Gonna kind of connect it sort of to that bluish color we put down a little bit before and start to build up that blue, kind of connecting. I'm gonna use mostly just Star Ribbon, the lighter aqua color, just kind of connect it. I'm gonna take that kind of corally color, kind of work it underneath this kind of area here. Okay, so now I'm gonna start doing the part that would be so easy to do if you just have white concealer, and I would say use white concealer, one and done. However, because I'm me and I don't possess white concealer, I'm gonna go in with a white eyeshadow and kind of start to make little clouds in this beautiful little mess, and I'm here for it. I don't have a super pigmented white, so this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna use the white from the ColourPop My Little Pony palette. I'm using the small end of that brush from the electric palette. It's just basically like, it's a small, I don't know, like a smudge brush, I guess, but it's really small. I'm gonna start kind of on this inner part here. And just kind of start making clouds. So now the main situation is done, and this is actually where the Instagram look kind of stops with the actual shadow and stuff like that, and I am gonna stop my shadow here, but I am gonna continue on and do an eyeliner as well as lashes since I want to make this Gyaru. So gonna go in with some eyeliner and eyelashes. I'm probably gonna do that off camera just because I cannot be trusted in front of a camera with that. So I'm back with some eyelashes on, some liner on, and contour on. So now I'm gonna just go ahead and do some blush and some lipstick, and then we are done. So these, by the way, these lashes, these are the PA 28, I believe. I want to do some very dramatic blush with this. So I'm gonna actually use the eyeshadow that we've been using. I'm gonna use Red Berry Rose, that light hot pink, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. Kind of like from the contour moving up, if that makes sense, and then kind of sweeping it here. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put some on the tip of my nose because why not? I really like that look. I know it's not trending in Gyaru, but like, listen, it's still my face. I can do what I want. I'm just kind of gonna go around like the outside of my contour here, if that makes sense. Just this little around area. So we are still not done. We are gonna go ahead and start putting random objects on our eyes. I don't know, some of you may know this, some of you may not know this. I hope nobody remembers this. Anyways, I used to do nail art. It was fun, it didn't work out. It's whatever. I still have a bunch of these like little like containers full of like little things that I would use for like nail deco. So I have a ton of like Swarovski crystals, like a ton of crystals, different colors, different sizes, and then like a bunch of like little shapes, pearls, stuff like that. So in the original image, there's like a lot of sequins, which I used to have like a lot of sequins actually, and I don't anymore. I'm gonna use whatever you kind of want to call these, but like these are pearls that have a flat back, so they'll lay smooth on the skin, which is really nice. And they come in a bunch of different colors. I'm not really gonna be precise with this, so like I'm just gonna kind of put them on wherever I feel fit. Oh, you know what? There's also a lot of glitter. I meant to put that in too. I'm probably not gonna do as much glitter as is in the photo. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this glitter from Stila. This is in Monarch. It's their glitter and glow. So, you know, the ones that kind of come in the little doe foot applicators. I'm obsessed with these. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on the inner corners. Just there, nowhere else. And now let's get to gluing stuff. So I'm gonna just put some glue on the back of my hand. That's like the easiest way. And then just kind of pick up a piece with my tweezers, dip it in the glue, pop it on my face. Okay, so now that all of that fun stuff is on my face, which it is fun. I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lip makeup, which is the last thing in this whole look. It's finally over, guys. So I'm gonna take this lip liner from NYX. I believe it's in the shade Dolly. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips because I'm the worst at putting on lipstick without using liner. Like I need a stencil, you know what I mean? Now that that's on, I'm gonna go in with this lipstick that is from Annabelle Cosmetics, and it is the Hailey Ellisor collection that they had, and this is the shade Pink Puppy. First off, let's just talk about how adorable this packaging is, but anyways, I know this is no longer available, but I kind of did buy it specifically for Gyaru, so like, I'm still gonna use it. I got the lighting to look decent. Okay, that was the whole look. I just wanted to give you guys an outro where I actually look cuter. That was my tutorial on this beautiful, beautiful look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in another video. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.